Hi class, this is your teacher, Mrs. Travers, and I'm just going to guide you through what your typical day could and should look like. So when you log in, it's going to bring you to the course homepage, which is this page right here. And this is a very important page because it's going to guide you. So what do you work on? So I've posted an announcement, and this video that you're seeing right now is going to be posted right there. So the very first thing that I want you to do is look through the announcements because that's how I communicate with you what I want you to be working on. So in this announcement, we're going to be working on Unit 1, Activities 1 and 2. And until we sort of get in the groove of where all that information is, I've made some links here so that you can kind of guide through the announcements where you're supposed to be go or what you're supposed to be working on. Also, every week I'll be posting a little schedule that looks like this, that just identifies the things you can and should be working on this particular week. So if you're viewing this on September 9th, the first thing that I want you to do is look at Unit 1, Activity 1 content, and you're going to use that to work on the Jot Notes assignment. The other thing that you can and should be looking at is the calendar. So I had to click this little drop-down menu. It looked like that. And you're going to see some things here because I've finally made some due dates. You're going to see that it doesn't say the old date now, that it actually is current. And I'm going to do that as the course goes on. I evaluate what the information is, what assignments we're going to be working on, and then I'll update the due date. So when I click on that calendar, I can actually see that we are working on some information. And so we actually have an assignment due on September 11th. And when I look over here, it says that it's the Jot Notes assignment. So we can actually click on this. We can also see these as an overview of all the assignments that we have working on. If you're like, there's a blue dot on the 11th, what is due? That you can actually access that assignment right here. So this corresponds with this in identifying for us what due dates we have. And you can actually use this because it goes up to the 13th. But you see a blue dot here, you can actually look ahead to see what assignment is there. Okay, so this is the course homepage. So what I want you to do is to be able to look at the announcements and figure out what we're supposed to be doing. So we are going to work on Unit 1, Activity 1 and 2. You will need to find the information in content. So click on the content icon at the top and we're going to work on Unit 1 and we'll see Activity 1 and 2. So we're going to click right up here. And when that opens up, you're going to see these. I release information as we are working on it. So you can't work too far ahead. If you click on Unit 2, which we're not working on, nothing drops down. And that's because I've closed all that information. I want you to just be working on what we're doing right now so that we can help each other and work through the due dates. I often release the activity coming up so that if you do want to work ahead, that you can start working through that. Just be aware that sometimes I edit assignments and I edit the content and the descriptions of the assignments, or I add things a little bit later on just to make sure that we're helping each other. So content can be subject to change just in case you're working ahead. So that announcement said, I want to work on Unit 1, Activity 1. So I'm going to click on that and this comes up. So I'm going to click on this box right here. And this is going to open up. It's like a textbook. So this will contain all of our information that we will need, all of the articles, all of the activities that we can click on. And what I really like about this course, and a warning that I want you to ignore, is that it says summer. And indeed, I taught this course in the summer. I thought it was really well laid out to the instructor who developed some of these resources. And so I'm going to use that. So what I like about the content is the instructor that had it before me actually created all these videos to guide you through the content that you're all looking through down here and to show you what you're supposed to be working on. And that's in every single activity. And I love that. So after maybe watching a video in announcements, that you actually know what you're working on, which is awesome. So just ignore that it says summer school, because that's when I taught it and that's when these videos were made. It's the exact same information. So when you go into content, what you're going to do is you're going to read through the information or watch the videos that are there. So this particular information is on jot notes, which is the idea of taking notes from information. So you're going to watch this video and then you're going to take jot notes of those and then you're going to hand those in. So when is this assignment due? Let's go back to Course Home. So we are going to be working on jot notes and making sure that we have those, and those are due on Wednesday. And you can hand those in one of three ways. You can either use the content button that will link you to the Dropbox. You could go into assignments where you'll see the jot notes assignments, click on that and hand it in there. Or as you just saw on the course homepage, that this is actually a link. So the calendar shows us it's due on September 11th. We can actually click on this and this will bring us to this to hand it in. So that's what I want you to be working on as we develop the content and as we're working through. This will guide you as to what I want you to be working on. So after you get that assignment, even if you hand this assignment in on Monday, then you can start looking forward to what's the next thing I need to work on. And it says reading content for Unit 1, Activity 2. So let's go back to content, Unit 1, Activity 2. And here again, we have an overview as to what you're going to be working on. And then you have some activities where you can actually click through things in order to read through all the information that we need for this particular activity. There's a video you should watch, and then you choose one of these two articles, and you're going to read through that information. And then you're going to be working on reading response questions. So this is the flow of what you should be getting into, is looking to the announcements, figuring out what is it that I need to work on, what day of the week is it, where should I be, what are the due dates, and email me with any questions or concerns that you have, but everything should be laid out in the course home.